Baldwin, and I'm on the Phoenix Garden Tour in spring of every year. Highly recommend it. You see gorgeous homes in some of the finest neighborhoods of Phoenix. You get to see wonderful plants that will work in a dry, hot climate. Whether you live in the desert or you're closer to the coast, lots of succulents, all kinds of plants in bloom that are very heat tolerant, vignettes and garden ideas and landscape and hardscape behind the closed gates of upscale Phoenix area, mostly Scottsdale and Paradise Valley. So we'll see how the upper end of the upper temperature range lives. I also include tips and ideas from another must-see Phoenix destination, the world-renowned 140-acre Desert Botanical Garden. Keep in mind that what grows effortlessly in Arizona probably will do well in dry, hot areas of Southern California, except, of course, saguaros. Choose the right plants rather than those you grew back home. Desert landscapes have a limited palette of ornamental plants. Stick to it and you're on your way to a beautiful, regionally appropriate garden. Embrace cacti. Well, not literally. There are three main forms: columnar, paddle, and spherical. Discerning homeowners and designers consider them living sculptures. Learn to prize a puntia. There are hundreds of varieties of paddle cactus, ranging in color from pink through shades of green to purple, with every warm flower color. The pads alone have a singular beauty. They face different directions to maximize the plant's ability to photosynthesize. Plant columnar cacti. Slender spheroids celebrate simplicity, throw interesting shadows, and are supremely low maintenance. Bring in boulders. They add color, texture, and a sense of permanence. Boulders also create microclimates that benefit plants and add pleasing variations to the terrain. Plant trees ASAP. Trees provide shade for people and understory plants, add height, texture, and greenery, enrich soil with fallen leaves, and many bloom beautifully. Favorites include palo verde, mesquite, Texas ebony, desert willow, and caesalpinia, but there are many others. Use low-litter trees near pools. Palms are a good choice. Fronds glitter in the sun, produce intriguing sprays of flowers, and sound wonderful in the wind. Fronds are either pinnate, meaning shaped like a feather, or palmate, meaning fan-shaped like the palm of your hand. Cover bare ground with gravel. It adds a finished look, keeps weeds down, and holds moisture in the soil. Go with light-colored rock. It doesn't heat the soil like dark colors do. Plant Portulacaria afra, elephant's food, in pots and terraces. It's one of the best plants for carbon sequestration and can handle desert climate extremes. Grow the pendant solid green variety and give it half a day's shade. Appreciate nice snakes. I saw this king snake and two others like it at the Desert Botanical Garden. Like most snakes, they eat mice, rats, and gophers. But the best thing about having a resident king snake is it'll keep rattlesnakes out of your garden. Have fun with hardscape. Notice all the different stone here and how it blends because of its beigey bronze tones. Included are natural boulders, pavers, ornamental spheres, a rock wall, and a dry creek bed. The only thing I'd add is gravel in the gap on the right, or more plants. I saw this fabulous etched concrete sidewalk with swirls in downtown Scottsdale. Install artificial turf. Lawns need too much water and maintenance, yet who doesn't love the look? A swath of emerald green is soothing and refreshing. Plus, this one doubles as a putting green. Go with turquoise for your pool. A dark bottom absorbs the sun's heat and increases the water temperature, which is okay near the coast, but uncomfortably warm where temperatures rise into the 90s and when you need your pool the most. Moreover, turquoise tiles match the sky and resemble blue ocean water near a white sand beach. Discover dazzlerians. Also known as desert spoon or sotol, these slender-leaved natives are fountain-shaped and grow to 5 or 6 feet in diameter over time. They're hardy to 0 degrees and are considered succulents because they store moisture in their cores. Dazzlerians are easy to overlook, but they're great gap fillers and need very little maintenance. Grow ornamental grasses. Their feathery textures contrast beautifully with walls and large, hefty plants. Ornamental grasses have a similar shape as dazzlerians, but need more water and have to be cut nearly to the ground in winter. Pink millie-grass is a favorite of Phoenix landscape consultant and author Noel Johnson. Know how big an agave will get before planting it. Most species offset, producing pups where you don't want them. Big, bold agave americana, the century plant, gets 6 to 8 feet tall and is wide. Agave perii thrives in dappled shade and stays manageable. Add variegated agaves. Striped agaves look amazing when grouped or planted in multiples. These are Agave desmetiana with phaerocactus in the foreground. Use planters to define sitting areas. Steel trough planters that develop a rust patina come in a variety of sizes. In these are Roselia equisetiformis, or firecracker plants, that attract hummingbirds. A top dressing of river rock echoes the silvery gray of a nearby table and chairs. Palo Verde trees add bright, fluffy color and provide a privacy screen. Add a fountain. Splashing water sparkles, lends motion, and provides wild birds a place to drink and bathe. In urban areas, the sound of dripping water helps drown out neighborhood noise and muffles conversations. Use large pots for focal points. Rather than a lot of small pots, which can cause clutter, go with a large one. A pot with the right scale and proportion is a good investment. Enjoy aloes. Aloe vera and others in this genus of Old World succulents have showy flower spikes. Most will need afternoon shade. In his Paradise Valley garden, succulent collector Rich Zeh has Aloe brevifolia, which has a mounding, spreading growth habit, Aloe veombe, a tree aloe from Madagascar with an unbranched trunk, Aloe cryptopoda, shown here with seed pods on its flower stems, an Aloe striata maculata cross at left with red Aloe dorothea, and Aloe porphyrostachys from Saudi Arabia, an excellent aloe for the desert. Rich also recommends dichias, which he says are good spreaders and can take full sun if watered. Here he's with agave sharkskin, which has leaves that feel like fine sandpaper. Rich also grows agave guangola, which to me suggests fat fallen stars. He cultivates hundreds of different cacti, including one that deserves to be in more gardens, Astrophytum myriostigma. It does great here, Rich says. It loves thin, poor soil and direct all-day sun. Grow golden barrels. These spiny yellow spheres make any garden look more upscale and sophisticated. The globes contrast well with large succulents, perennials, walls, and hardscape. Plant barrels in multiples and cluster them in big pots. Add color with hesperaloes, commonly known as brake lights. These thin-leaved succulents native to the desert southwest do fine in full sun. They're often planted in Arizona street medians and look best when massed. Plant bougainvillea. Anyone who thinks desert gardens aren't colorful needs to see all the bougainvillea in Phoenix. Yet white is one of my favorites. Isn't it lovely against this wall? Enjoy shadows. Tucked inside this screened vegetable garden is a table and chairs made of wire fashioned into circles. As the sun slowly moves, Soothing shadows shift and overlap. Collect totem poles. Lophosirius shodii are non-spiny columnar cacti with intriguing lumps and bumps. Like most succulents, they start readily from cuttings. Install misters. One highly rated cooling system that costs a paltry $15 on Amazon attaches to a standard hose bib and cools the surrounding air temperature by as much as 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Plus, it looks dreamy. Include work by local artists. The finishing touch for your garden is artwork that withstands the elements and delights you. Not to mention, it's fun to explain to visitors how and why you chose it. Plant Yucca species. These tough succulents native to the desert southwest store moisture in their trunks. They make good garden accents and produce large sprays of cream-colored flowers. My favorite is lovely blue Yucca rostrata. Do go on garden tours to get more great ideas. Check the website of Phoenix Home and Garden magazine for information and tickets. Editor John Rourke graciously comped me on the tour shown in this video. Be sure to see my other videos of outstanding residential gardens in Arizona. Find this video's tips, ideas, suggestions, and more on the corresponding page of my site, debraleebaldwin.com. My goal is to inspire you to enjoy using succulents in fun and creative ways in your own garden and outdoor living spaces. Please know I appreciate your comments, and do subscribe and hit the like button. I'm garden photojournalist Debra Lee Baldwin. Thank you for joining me.